Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Hello. It's been a while since I've done this. That's for fucking sure. But I had some time to kill this afternoon, so I thought I would hop on. I've been thinking about this. I've always wanted to do something like this, and judging by how other things I've tried to do, projects I've started and never finished, I think this is one of the most harebrained ones yet. But I thought it would be cool if I play a bunch of Super Nintendo games, maybe all of them. I'm not really sure yet, but over time, and not going to play until I finish them. I'm going to play until I lose interest personally. Otherwise, we'd be here forever. But I kind of want to see where those games sort of land for me these days. The Super Nintendo obviously has a heralded reputation as one of the best video game systems ever. So I think it would be really neat to kind of get really down and dirty with the entire console. I am definitely inspired here by the streams that Jeff Gerstmann has been doing, ranking every NES game. But I think I want to go a little bit more granular and kind of break it down a little bit more and create a spreadsheet that I can, look back upon. I think that would be fun. Some sort of record that I existed, that I lived at one point. Um, but anyway, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So why don't we get started by figuring out what that criteria is? And I'm going to take a look at the stream here and see if it's actually up and if it's working or not. Because I never know. It looks like it is. I never know. It looks like it is. Jesus. Did everyone hear that? Fuck. Okay. We gotta turn this guy off. He's driving me crazy. Oh, you know what? I can mute it. There we go. So yeah, let's get started by figuring out the criteria. So we have game title. I don't think this is the most important factor by any means, but I often see it commonly listed first. I think the most instinctive reaction we'll have to a video game is its visuals. Graphics. Is there a more modern way to put this? Art? Visual? I feel like visuals captures everything that I'm looking for. So that could be, basically how do things look on screen, animation-wise, sprite work-wise, in terms of there's no photography in video games, but the overall framing and presentation of the image, is there a conscious thought behind how this all will gel cohesively as a work of visual design? That all gets factored into visuals, I think. From here, I think a pretty standard way to evaluate a game is gameplay, right? So that can basically mean how well does the game play? Are the controls tight? Is the game fun? Or specifically, is the game and the way that you engage with it, is it able to accomplish the goals and objectives of that game? What were they trying to go for, and how clear is it that they executed upon what the game is supposed to feel like. That all gets sort of wrapped up into gameplay, I think. Um, the Super Nintendo is a pretty old system, so I think for the most part, most of the game's objective was to be fun and probably a little and to make you feel, you know, that you've completed something, or validation for accomplishing a specific trial or challenge. It could also be, and these will be pretty difficult to evaluate, like things like fighting games where there's a multiplayer component, a competitive aspect to the game. How does that measure? That all sort of gets funneled into gameplay. All right. Now, from here, my thoughts are a category called intangibles. So, what that would mean is those things that we really don't have any clear definition to either identify or uh, categorize in a bucket that we've really gotten to a point where we can define as a video game community, let's say. When I think about this, I think about Earthbound and some of the um, sort of the reasons why that game has been so effective to and so affecting to many people. I think there are some, there's some specific and unique characteristics to that game that I don't think you can get elsewhere. How cool is a game, for lack of a better word? How does the game make me feel when I factor in my own life journey and decisions and experiences? My own specific tastes, how I initially react to something. I think those sort of all factor into intangibles. Now, from here, I'm not really sure. I think this is really all I'm looking for. Oh, of course. Sound. I almost kind of want to break this out into sound and music. I care a lot about these things. And I think that there's enough differences between these two, especially in this era where most games had, you know, um, a strong focus on melody in the soundtrack, and that it felt maybe a little more compartmentalized than, the sound effects or the general mood or audio direction of the game. But basically, this would be your sound effects, your overall audio design, any cool audio effects like those little echoes in Super Castlevania 4 sort of come to mind. And then lastly, music, the soundtrack, the OST. There's so many cool sounding Super Nintendo games. I feel like this has to be its own category. So this is what we're going to go with. It's the VGISM, VGISM, the VGISM system. So we'll be evaluating by the VGISM system here. And God, it's going to take a really long time, but we're going to do it. But first, I need to get some fucking water. My mouth is already dry. I've had a lot of caffeine today. Caffeine's great, but it leaves me chronically thirsty. So I'll be back. But just hang in there while I'm gone. I'll be right back, I promise. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We got to pick a game. I already had one in mind. Oh, dear Lord. Holy smokes. I already kind of had one in mind, but, let's, is that too fucking loud? I wonder. Oh, Lord. Okay. We gotta... Someone has to put a stop to this. All this noise. Alright. Yeah, give me a second here. Absolutely too fucking loud. For my ears, anyway. Let me... You know, I'm still fucking around here, you know, I'm figuring this out. We're gonna go ahead and mute that. Alright. Now, yeah, let's take a look. Well, I'm taking a look. I'm not gonna let you guys see. We're gonna pick one at random here. And by random, what? Many options. I feel like we should start with something that people may have heard of. And I certainly played a lot of this game as a child. However, I did not play it on this console. I played it on the Sega Genesis. Again, I feel like this is too loud. I feel like this is way too loud. But I can only really, you know, I didn't really test or anything. So maybe it's fine. I don't know. But we're gonna turn this title down. How about now? How do we? This seems okay. Maybe even still a little too loud. Yeah, I'm gonna just a little, just a smidgen. That should do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I didn't play this game on the Super Nintendo. I played this on the Sega Genesis. I rented it maybe in around whenever it came out. I was pretty excited. I really loved gross shit. You know, I think I was a little too young to have really gotten into the Garbage Pail Kids, but I certainly was of the Ren and Stimpy generation, and after that show was no longer on the air, and I think a little bit before that, like, you know, I think John Kay kind of lost it a little bit, and I remember, yeah, I think he got fired from the show or some shit. Billy West ended up taking over for both voices. It just kind of lost its like significance to culture. I think partly because of that guy's reputation as of late. But yeah, I was all about farts. I was all about poops and shits, and not so much boogers. I don't really think boogers are all that funny. But I was thrilled to find that there were fart and burp attacks in this game. And as you can see in the top right corner there, there is a belch meter. That's an actually that is a general a general gas meter, I believe. I cannot start this fucker up, so we're gonna have to take a look at the controls here. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, start to start. Great. Okay. We're just gonna fucking... Yeah, okay. Why? Why do these things happen? These seem to be all set correctly. Nope, not that one. What in God's name? You know? How do these things always get so fucked up? Alright, that should do it. Let's go ahead and get back to the game. Thank you for, thanks for chilling with me while I troubleshooted. You can see the game has, levels like Mucus Mountain. So some good alliteration there, as well as, you know, the gross out shit that I liked. Today, however, I am 37 years old. Some of my tastes have evolved. And we're gonna find out just how much this still appeals to me. I'll say right now, this game came out in 1995, and these visuals are not impressive for that year. Looks okay, but yeah, I think some of the animations in this game are pretty cool. This text is really difficult to read, but it's made of boogers, you know, so yeah, these little animation flourishes in the beginning here are nice, I guess. Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, so we can jump with B, we burp with A, flick boogers with Y. I think we taunt? Is this a taunt? I don't know what this is for. This might just be for fun. You know, I have a strong feeling this game was developed for the Sega Genesis and then ported. Just looking at, like, how uncolorful the game is. You know, Genesis games had a... The Genesis couldn't display as many colors on screen as the Super Nintendo could. So that might be... you know, I'm just talking out of my ass here, but... maybe they didn't know what to do with this fourth button. Or maybe there's something else you can do with it later. It's like... R goes, way down here. I don't know why, save state map to L. God, good God. We'll sort this all out. And I don't think L does anything. R helps us. Well, you'd think maybe... Yeah, no. To make the camera scroll up. Maybe it does, but... okay, we're just gonna have to fucking fix this. Might as well do it now. While we're still sorting shit out. I don't want anything. No, yeah, nothing. We're playing these games as they were presented upon release. We're not fucking with any save states. You know, like I said, I'm willing to quit whenever, which will probably be pretty quick. You know, I want to make sure we actually get, like, a fucking product here, you know what I mean? So yeah, it looks like L goes up, but it doesn't really. Fucking. Maybe that's on me. Let's just remap this real quick. Yeah. Okay. Oh, god damn it! I went to the wrong controls. Input. Port 1 controls. L. Yeah, I mean, seems responsive to me. Seems to be functioning to me. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. You can also jump on monsters here. So all this, you've got quite the kit, you know, but it's not really. You can just play it as a platformer too. So can I not grab onto this branch? It looks like I can. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a little rough. These branches are not... This is suffering from Genesis Aladdin, the dungeon syndrome, where the art looks like, you know, stuff that you can interact with. Okay, so you can dig with the button that taunts. So you dig through trash to find shit. Now when I do the taunt button, I don't talk anymore. That's interesting. Don't know if that's intentional. So I'm gonna assume the objective here is just like, you know, move left from right and get to the goal. Not dig through that trash. Some of this stuff, it's hard to, like, you know, instinctively I would think that's interactive, but now that I look at it, it looks like it's part of the background, so it's not an interactive thing. This seems... okay. Ropes are slippery, you know, throwing a little... That's the gimmick. You know, it's all boogery. God damn it. I would have preferred if that just was not an option. That's some pretty intense slowdown. Oh, man, that is some slowdown. Probably not something I would have even noticed as a child, but again, could have been just exclusive to the Super Nintendo version. Holy fuck. Do you think it's really funny to accidentally be burping and farting randomly because I'm hitting the wrong buttons? I think plungers are just coins. Like, they just work as coins. I'm not sure. Can I use a plunger somehow? Excellent. I don't think there's anything really special about the music I'm hearing so far, except for the bass line. The bass line is pretty good. But this... yeah, everything going on besides that is dog shit. Okay, no, it looks like all I have to do is duck on the garbage, and I'll pick it up. I wonder how to use that, what do you think that is? Like a carrot? Or a chili pepper or something on the top right next to my belch meter? There's nothing... oh. Oh, cool. Alright, that's kind of neat. I like that. So if I hold the gas button down, I can sort of rocket upwards. And as long as I have fuel, it's all good. That's nice. It's a neat idea. Guess I cannot enter. Surprisingly. Motherfucker. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I still have this marked as I'm playing ActRaiser 2. How's everyone else doing? Had a rough couple weeks. That's why I haven't been on here at all or streaming. There were a bunch of fucking layoffs at work. So that's work has been dog shit. Dog shit. Hate it. Otherwise, you know, lonely, very lonely. That's why I'm, despite the fact that I have like no viewers or like any sort of audience, I'm here because I need to talk to somebody, even if they don't exist. Alright. Jesus, controls are a little too, like the movement is very sensitive in the air. Like it's, there's a lot of wiggle to it that I'm surprised at. It doesn't feel, like, I don't know. There's like a slipperiness to the controls that, just doesn't feel great. Fuck. I don't feel like there's enough visual feedback when I get hit or take damage. Like, obviously my cape changes color, and you get that "oh" audio cue, right? But, you know, it's not like it's not like Super Mario Brothers where like everything kind of pauses for a moment, so you can get your bearings, which I always thought was a pretty good idea. It's good. I like that. I like the burping. The burp sound effect is good. So this is following like a Sonic the Hedgehog philosophy where, you know, a level has acts or whatever. I know that's not Sonic the Hedgehog, it's just, you know, there's no world map like Mario 3 or Mario World. Really do have to say the backgrounds here, very plain. Nothing, again, nothing too special.
Oh! Red.
Suddenly got really fucking hot in this apartment. Probably because I don't know. Probably because I'm sitting down for the first time in a while. I've been kind of in and out all day. Like, farts do not like to slow down. Yeah, you just have to crouch to pick up, to dig through trash. That's nice. Okay, I thought for, like, yeah, some of the... Again, this is kind of the problem with a lot of Super Nintendo games, is that when they were trying to make these, like, detailed graphics, or, like, you had, you know, animators coming in and sort of drawing, like, you know, kind of like the Comic Zone, or, again, like Disney's Aladdin. I think Earthworm Jim has a little bit of this problem. It's just fucking hard to tell what you're actually can engage with in the level or not. It's like, you know, the art doesn't have like as clear hitboxes as other games would have. Like, what the fuck just happened there? How come I took damage? That doesn't... Pretty sure I jumped on that motherfucker, right? Like, I don't know. Levels kind of feel like cool spot a little bit, you know, just a lot of shit to collect. It doesn't seem like I need to collect any of it, which I like. But there's like a lot of verticality, a lot of different ways you can go. Which, you know, I feel like that didn't age the best because when you give a player too much freedom, like maneuvering through your obstacle course, it becomes really easy to just sort of avoid a lot of shit. I prefer it when, I don't know, I'm just... I don't like the multiple route approach to like platformer design as much as I used to when I was a kid. I thought, like in Sonic the Hedgehog, there being multiple routes through a level I thought was really cool. But then again, I think that game was pretty smart about, for the most of the time, Oil Ocean comes to mind as like maybe not being the best at it, but I thought that game kind of did a pretty good job of like, only having like specific moments in the level where you can sort of transition between routes. Right. You know, one thing about Super Nintendo games, the learning curve and difficulty curve is so much more gentle in a game like this than a lot of other Nintendo games like that came before it. I feel like at this point, by 1995, designers had kind of learned, okay, like, let's not make it balls-ass, impossible to interpret, like, how to learn things. Let's kind of ease the onboarding ramp a little bit. And I think maybe that's also why I kind of liked this game when I was a kid, because I could actually beat it. It's always a nice thing. However, now as like an adult, it makes it kind of boring. It's very slow. You know, I can't run. But I do feel like this game will become a larger pain in the ass later on. Cool. Okay. So those power-ups do different things. So this M now has me hawking loogies instead of throwing boogers. So basically what that does is instead of like throwing an arced projectile, I'm now just shooting like a projectile right in front of me, which honestly, considering I already had the farts and other like 90-degree like straight ahead sort of attacks, I feel like that's a downgrade. Thankfully, again, hitboxes seem really generous on the enemies. Because the characters are so big too, like you really can't move forward or through the level that quickly. It just, the game is centered around you, or the camera, I should say, so there's not much space in front of me where I can see when the next obstacle is coming. which kind of forces me to take it slower than I'd like. Like if, I don't know, Boogerman was a little smaller and maybe the camera was, you know, focused on him to like the left side of the screen and I had more time to react to shit, this game could probably be more fun. Or at least a little bit more fast-paced, which is how I prefer my shit. I like a, you know... This, I kind of like this, I don't know. Oh, right, you know, no Super Nintendo or 16-bit game is worth its weight unless it has some kind of idle animation, right? It's fucking disgusting. This dude reminds me of, this guy named Potty Time who posted on my message board that I used to go to. And all of his posts were just about like farting and shitting and like eating his shit and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was really funny. He wrote like a really long, I think like the YouTuber like Cybershell might have a video where recited a couple of his posts. There was a famous one he wrote that was simply titled, "One day Mario woke up and took a shit because, hey, he's Mario." I thought that was really funny. Good shit, you know? Really hoping we move on to a new level soon. I'm starting to become very fucking tired of this area. We do have our boogers back, that's good. Always a bad sign when levels need, like, an arrow to tell you where to go. Fucking goddamn. Okay, good. I feel like I can make this jump. Oh man, you fall off that branch way earlier than you think you would. This is, yeah, this is no good. This is no good at all. Okay, we're gonna... It's telling me to go this way, though. Okay, we did it. Fucking. That's not the kind of challenge I'm looking for, you know, being able to read when a branch ends. Oh! There we go. Great. Good stuff. Four is too many. Sonic 1, like, even, you know, Sonic knew to stop it too. After that first game. It's also why, thought it was a, you know, like, Sonic 3 was, still did the 2-act thing and took it a step further and, like, changed the music and, like, the background art, like, you know, things would happen to the level itself that would make it shift, so not every, like, basically every level felt really unique. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm more of a Sonic 2 guy, but I think Sonic 3 is a pretty neat game. Fuck. I'm not really into this baseline too much anymore. Like, any new fucking song would be fantastic.
Oh!
Oh, right. We have this one. The underground song. Holy shit. Far easier to deal with than I thought it was gonna be. Game definitely seems like it was designed to be made to be beaten. That's for sure. I am fucking completely lost. Shit. Am I missing something here? I guess I go back this way? Oh no, there's a... Again, we've got a fucking... But who knows, maybe it's just telling me about the secret? I can't go down this anymore. I never was able to go up that. I can't double jump. Can I, like, burp? Or can I, like, fart my way? Can I drop through? No. Okay, we're just gonna backtrack here. I'm gonna ignore the arrow. This game sucks. Like, if I rented this when it came out, like I said, I had a good time with it. I definitely didn't think it was, a classic. But I thought it was better than what the reviews were. But, yeah, I can definitely see some of the problems now. I just had more tolerance for the game's issues because of... I just love farts. And pushing, like, a pro-fart agenda was something I was super into. I wanted everyone, like, it's a shame it's not better. Kick Boy.
Aha! Yep. Oh! Get it! Oh!
Fuck. Well, there we go. Yeah, this is where the, like, lack of visual feedback on getting fucking done. It's too much delay on the jump. Okay, I think we might be good here. No, he's onto me. He's onto me. So this is where you burn through lives, huh?
Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh! Oh! Get him! Oh!
That really doesn't seem like it hit me, but sure.
Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh!
Fuck. Man, I'm not good at this.
Aha! Yep.
This is a pretty wild difficulty spike, though.
Get him!
I think. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. God. Not, I don't know what happened there. Fuck. Man. There seemed to be no end in sight either. So what happens when I lose all my, oh boy, passwords? Ghost, Trooper, Ghost. If you want to pick up where I left off. Okay, thank God.
Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh! Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh!
God fucking damn it, man. God, oh Lord Almighty. Okay. We're gonna really have to focus in here.
Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh! Oh! Get him! Oh! Oh!
I fucking jumped. I don't know what happened there. God damn it all.
Get him! Oh! Oh!
This guy takes too many hits.
Get him! Oh! 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 Get him! Oh!
Not sure why. Again, sometimes there's a lack of responsiveness on the booger shooting. Alright.
Aha!
We gotta at least see the next area. That's what I don't...
Get him! Oh!
Just went right through him. Fucking... Oh. God. Oh, why do I keep doing that? It's just a gut reaction. I see it flying upwards, and I'm just like, well, I should jump. But, you know, there's a similar attack in, I think, a Mega Man X boss. But, you know, in that game, you have a health bar. You can make that mistake a few times. Here, only having 2 hits, like, man, that's tough. Especially considering, like, how fucking easy the rest of the game has been up to this point.
Oh! Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh!
I'm just robbed sometimes.
Oh!
That would have infuriated me as a child.
Oh! 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 Get him! Oh!
See, I caught myself from jumping, but then I forgot to jump for the last one. Holy shit, man.
Aha! Yep. Oh! Get him! Oh!
At least I got to do that. Oh, man. Alright. We're gonna...
Aha! Yep.
Wish he, like, I don't know. A health bar would also be nice. I want to know,
Get him!
like,
Oh!
how close am I getting? Okay, hitting a jump doesn't seem like I can jump on his head, period. I don't think.
Aha! Yep. Oh!
Fuck. Man. Hate this game. I don't like that. I hate it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it.
Aha! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get him.
Why, Daniel?
Get him.
Getting really tired of
Get him.
him having so many, like, it feels like they should be unintentional, like, iframes, right? Like, it's just, it's very frustrating to see, like, boogers just, like, go through him, depending on if he's in an animation, or not. Or, like, I don't know. What's... Are the boogers, like, not hitting him? They look like they are to me. Like, there. Like, it fucking went right through him. I swear to God. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Not sure why I struggled with that so much, but regardless, considering the rest of the game has been, like, in terms of challenge, non-existent, that was a really sharp fucking increase. God damn it all to hell. Earwax. What the fuck is that down there? Jesus. Man, I would have like I said, there was a lot I really liked about this game as a kid. And I think that stuff is still cool. There should be more games about farts and shitting. You know, like, ones for adults, not just kids, and well made. I want the Super Mario Bros. 3 of gross out platformers. Man, if I rented this game for my kid and, like, their Super Nintendo was in, like, the same room I had to be in, like, all the time, or, like, I had to, like, you know, I was a helicopter parent, or I was supervising them, or whatever, this music would have driven me fucking crazy. I hate this song. It's annoying the shit out of me, honestly. And these fucking snot ropes, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. And what the fuck just happened right there? I fucking jumped on that motherfucker's head. 100%. So what's the story? You know? What are we trying to do here? Like, it feels like the jump has become very unsafe. Like, and I don't... Like, but randomly. There's some real collision detection and hitbox issues with this game. Also, what the fuck is over here?
Red.
Cool. Yeah, rad. Exactly. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Alright. Not fucking with you. Actually, you know.
No.
Yeah, no. No good. No good at all. Bad. Ooh. I hate it. Is this guy's liver failing? Interesting tongue color. Might want to go see a doctor. It just levels end also. There's no like flag or, you know, any sort of like indicator. It's just like, here's an arrow, like fucking level's over. Ah, I see. That's what the plungers are for. He's building a ladder out of them. Sure, what's going on with that character? Is it like two guys like jumping on top of each other, or like bouncing off each other? Is he using like another enemy as like a pair of stilts? Oh, is this the? Yeah, cool, cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, that is the one cool thing about the Loogie, is that it like it continues on after you shoot it past the bad guy you just killed. What the fuck happened here? Dude, this fucking what the fuck? Like, like this is helping me out, but like this is not cool. I don't like that at all. Like, you just can't trust this fucking game, man. Like, you don't know, man, if it's gonna give you any damage or not when you touch a bad guy. Like, that has to be something that's taken very seriously when you're making a platformer. You know, it's not having that sort of precision or like clear visual indicator. It just makes the game feel unfair. And like, a game obviously can be unfair towards the player and towards and the, you know, it worked to their advantage too, you know, like in situations like that. But it's like, either way, I don't like that. I want the rules to be clear, and I want them to be enforced. Fuck. I didn't think he was gonna land on that platform, so I was like, oh, you know, I want to go back and stall here for a moment, read this character, like, read the enemy. But, yeah. I don't know. Again, they were just, I don't know. They were definitely trying to go for making the game look like a Saturday morning cartoon, which makes the hitboxes and all that shit a little janky. Oh, those are whoopee cushions. Yeah, what is even the fucking point of an extra life, really? Unless, I don't know, if you have to continue before the boss, you have, like, do you start the whole fucking, like, world over? I guess we'll find out probably soon here, 'cause I only have one life left. We know not to fuck with these guys. They call the shots around here. Man, these enemies are not interesting. I'm like, I don't know. I went down the toilet, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know, if I skip the toilet, I'll probably beat the level quicker. Like none of this shit feels worth it. Like I get the plungers, and it gives me an extra life. But again, like the penalty for not having full lives is like really all that meaningful. And there's nothing else. Like there's no collectibles or anything. Like by the time this game came out, like this game came out the same year as like Donkey Kong Country 2, which had those like DK coins and like all these like extra sort of like side goals and things you could do. Like the game had its like a currency, it had shops. Like platformers had really evolved over the lifespan of the Super Nintendo, and this feels like it could have come out like the very year the Super Nintendo was released. Outside of, you know, again, looks like they were really inspired by like Disney's Aladdin for the Genesis, like Virgin games in general, like the stuff they were doing. I think that was Virgin, right? But man, those games had Disney money. This is not quite that level. Spending an afternoon digging through shit with my pal Boogerman. Whatever. I don't fucking care. Oh god, I was hoping that was level 4. Oh shit. This is I don't like this song either. Oh, give me a fucking break. What is this bullshit? Alright, here we go. Ugh. Digging through trash takes too long. There's a plunger over there that I could have gotten, but I didn't feel compelled to. That's never a good sign. You want your collectibles to have meaning. Really, we go this way. What the fuck, man? Oh, man. I'm really confused. They're all telling me to go backwards, but... Oh, man. That's the beginning of the level. Well... certainly fooled me. It all looks the same. Yeah, okay. So I came out of the toilet and... yeah. I didn't realize I was supposed to go left. Because why would I? When every fucking platformer ever is about moving from left to right. You know, at least... I don't know. Stupid. Hey, buddy. Okay. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Can't skip this. God damn it. It takes too long. I like the burps. I'm starting to get a little tired of it. Like, it's... the charm is wearing off. Revolta. Ew. Man, that's getting annoying. I like her hips. You know. Mars Volta. I swear to God, like, I feel like my mind is recalling, like, a trauma from this boss. Like, that fucking laugh. What were they... why? And there's just so many of my attacks just go straight through her. Lord. I'm about to run out of ammo here, so that's a little concerning. Yeah, I'm out. Shit. Well. Okay, there we go. Got her. That was thousands of times easier than the first boss, but thousands of times more annoying. Now we're in Boogerville. Another grungy ass Saturday morning cartoon sort of track here. Vote for the Boogermeister. That's cute. This looks a lot like the first world in a way that I don't like. How much more time of my life do I want to spend playing Boogerman? I think the answer is none. Um, oof. Okay. All right. Let's let's go to the board here. All right. So, Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. Visuals. Let's think. So, some of the animations were nice, but there wasn't that many of them. They were pretty sparse. Saw a couple in the introduction. Um, the idle animation was disgusting. The backgrounds very flat, boring, not much detail. And like the general art style, like it's definitely looks like it looks like a cartoon that you may have seen on the 90s, like or in the 90s, like on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or, Saturday morning lineup, ABC shit, the one Saturday morning bullshit, your CBS Saturday morning cartoons. Um I think the character Boogerman himself not very appealing in terms of how he looks. Just not like the dude I would want to hang out with. We're going to give the visuals a 4 out of 10. Gameplay gameplay is a 3 out of 10. It's either unbelievably easy and boring. I don't really think there needs to be. I like that burping and farting and being able to pick your nose can all be used as weapons, but like there's not really much of a use case for the burping and farting. They take too long to come out. You have to be standing still. The farting especially you have to crouch first to fart, and you have to be facing away from the enemy to fart. So it's like, yeah, if you really want to kill someone by farting on them, it's absolutely possible. You can also charge those attacks up, but like there was never a presentation of any situation where that would make sense. The levels were just really boring to navigate and confusing to navigate. There was that part that I got lost. I don't think the game is fun to play. Actually, I'm thinking about other Super Nintendo games, and like, at least it works. So I think we're gonna settle at a 4.5 out of 10. It's no, a 4 out of 10, assuming 5 is an average game. I think this is slightly below average in terms of gameplay. Intangibles. There's a lot to like here. It's a game about boogers, farting, shitting, pooping, that kind of shit. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 in intangibles because of those factors. I think that I don't know, maybe that's a bit too generous because now that I'm thinking about it further, there really isn't anything else particularly special about it. I think that I think again, like the Saturday morning cartoon, like design of the levels, the visuals, creates more problems than like the positives are of what that presentation evokes, especially to the target audience, which, let's face it, is a bunch of fucking 10-year-olds. I can't, I'd like to rate this higher because I really do think that gross out shit is fun, but I think this is as high as I can go. Sound, the burps, the farts, those are great. However, a lot of those sound bites got really fucking grating. And it all sounded very compressed. You know, when I compare like Yoshi's Island that came out in 1995, like the clarity of Baby Mario's annoying fucking wails, or the coolness of like the Super Street Fighter 2 voice bites, this is far below that. None of the other sound effects really stood out in any meaningful way. I'm going to be pretty harsh here and say this is a 3 out of 10 in sound, and the music is a 2 out of 10. So that overall, an overall rating, which is not an average. I'm going to say it's either a 4 or 3. This is tough. I think this is a 3 out of 10 game. A 4 out of 10 would be bad, but it's also like I'm probably not as annoyed with it as I am with this. You know, like ActRaiser 2 is a bad game, but like ActRaiser 2 also looks a lot better than this, and I think it probably has better sound effects and music and shit like that. Like I think Donkey Kong Country 2, or I'm sorry, Donkey Kong Country 3 is kind of a bad game. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. In my memory, it is, and that game is certainly better than this. So I think a 3 out of 10 for Boogerman is fair. These might have to change as I like evaluate, as we sort of rank these games. But I think these initial reactions here, I think these will always pretty much hold strong. But we may fuck around with the overall rating here. Anyway, that's the stream. I don't think anyone was watching. And honestly, I'm glad you didn't. Boogerman is not good. Again, in my mind's memory, it was a better game. I think because I think it was because it was a game that I was capable of beating, and any game that I could beat, I felt pretty good about. Like that was a good way to evaluate something, especially back then. But yeah, that's the end of the stream. That was not fun really, but I did enjoy sort of figuring out where Boogerman should be placed in the Super Nintendo canon. And hopefully we won't play a game that long. I was only expecting to really play it for 30 minutes, but you know, I ultimately I wasn't getting frustrated, so I kept going. But man, it was boring, just not interesting or challenging, and the levels were just a pain to navigate. So that's where we're at. Boogerman, 3 out of 10 game, officially. Well, everyone else have a great rest of your day. Have a happy Mexican Independence Day. And I'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully I'll do this on a regular beat. Only like over 700 more games to go, I think, at a minimum, depending on how I approach this. But yeah, we'll finish one day, maybe. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. All right. Take care. Bye.